Welcome back to the final chapter of Road Warrior Ripoff Week, and today we're looking at our last movie, The Lawless Land from 1988. Now, I mentioned a few episodes ago how Battle Truck was shot and produced in New Zealand, but was ultimately picked up by Roger Corman for its distribution in North America. Well, a couple years later, Corman decided he wanted to have a shot at some of that Mad Max money firsthand. After all, Beyond Thunderdome just came out a few years before. He ended up directly producing this film, one of a handful of films that he had shot over in South America during this time, as I imagine it was cheaper to shoot there. I believe it was made right around the same time as Deathstalker 3, The Warriors from Hell, as they were both shot around Brazil and likewise both came out in 1988. And you want to talk some shit? Look how shitty this film transfer is. Yeah. This was one of those movies that was released straight to video and has never seen a DVD or Blu-ray release. That's always a good sign, right? Although while in the process of writing this video, I did some internet shit digging and found out that apparently it seems a Blu-ray release is in the works and is going to happen sometime soon, as it has a page on Blu-ray.com with all the technical aspects, including a new 2K transfer. And while it'd be nice to have that, to actually give you guys a nice quality print to look at, there's no release date yet. So yeah, it'd be nice to have it, but we can't. There is an upscaled version on YouTube, however, and now I'm by no means a fan of AI slop, but just for convenience sake, I figured I'll use this one, just to make it look at least a little more presentable for you guys. So the plot takes place in a dystopian future, whoa, would have never guessed, following the end of World War III, where the planet has become a barren wasteland. Ooh, just like in Battle Truck. In this future, however, it's not gasoline or cars that are scarce or illegal, not water either. Oh no. I want you to take a guess at what's outlawed in this movie. You'll never guess it. Just go on, guess. You give up? It's love. Love is outlawed in the future. So I guess it's kind of similar to our last entry, Cherry 2000, where love is no longer real and is purely business. But this is taking it to a whole nother level. More specifically, love is outlawed between the higher and lower classes. What? Why? What kind of stupid fucking idiot comes up with a law like that, let alone gets it passed through Congress? Who the hell is even gonna benefit from that shit? Anyway, our main characters here are Diana, a young woman whose father is a tyrant in whatever shithole dystopian country this is supposed to be, and her secret lover, a guy named Falco. Yeah, Falco. Insert Star Fox Falco joke here. So Diana goes to her father with the initiative to let her marry Falco. But her father's like, fuck that shit. What do you think I am, stupid? A stupid little chuddy? It's against the law, after all. The stupid fucking law that I enforced for some reason. After her father refuses to let Diana and Falco marry, she decides her best course of action is to run away with him to get married in secret and start a new life. Shortly after their escape, however, they're pursued by the army, and her father even invests in hiring a bounty hunter named Roadkill, who's a sadistic outlaw known for ripping out his victims' eyes. Damn. Don't want to fuck with that guy. They manage to thwart the authorities for a while, but Falco ultimately ends up getting caught when he's chased down an alleyway. Diana's father doesn't seem all too happy to see him.
It's too late. We already got married.
Under what law?
God's law.
That's an awesome response, actually. Sure showed him who's boss. Falco ends up getting incarcerated and sent to prison, where he's hosed down and condemned to a cell. I like that poster on the wall. To each his own. Reminds me of that bit from They Live, where the print on the money says, "This is your God." They end up subjecting him to electroshock therapy to try and get him to talk. Oh, they're hooking it up to his nipples. They're getting a little kinky in here. Meanwhile, Diana's father recommissions the bounty hunter I talked about earlier to find Diana. After not getting any word out of Falco, he's dumped into a pit of bodies and left for dead. He has a vision recounting an event from his childhood where his grandfather is teaching him about the swiftness of the hawk and the courage it takes to tackle your fears and conquer your enemies. Oh, so that's why he's called Falco. Or wait, shouldn't he be called Falcon then? Or Hawk? Whatever, who cares. Later that night, he ends up escaping. Those guards should have really made sure he was dead. He makes his way out of the prison and back to his grandfather, who's been left blind and bedridden after he was interrogated by the bounty hunter. Well, could be worse. The bounty hunter could have had a thing for ripping out different kinds of balls, if you know what I mean.
I'll cut off your nutsack!
He ends up giving him a letter written by Diana, explaining how she's alive and well, and how she's left the country and is hiding in secret. She also provides a map below, showing him how to get there. Well, that's convenient. I couldn't possibly see this going wrong in any way, and this paper ending up in the villain's hands. He ends up hitching a ride, only for this guy to pull over.
Buenos dias, amigo. Where are you headed?
South.
South. Perfecto. Hop in.
This guy's gonna assault you, isn't he? This is Easy Andy. We learn he's a weapons salesman, going down south to make some sales. He offers Falco a beer, but he declines.
Would you like a beer? They're right under your seat there, ice cold.
No, thank you.
Well, that's sort of weird. What do you drink? Mineral water?
No, I think he's just concerned you might roofie your drinks you give out, that's all. He drops Falco off at his destination, only to pick up another hitchhiker. Ooh, we got a winner! Guess he'll be able to use that roofied beer after all. Falco makes his way to a place called Marty's, a pawn shop that was recommended to him by Andy. The mute cashier brings Falco to Marty, who's, let's just say, in a bit of a predicament. Look at that face. He's all like, God damn it, I was just about to pop my cherry. Huh, wonder if he's screwing a Cherry 2000 in there. Falco needs a ride, so ultimately Marty shows him some bikes he's got for sale.
It's not the speed, it's the power!
The power! There's a problem, though. It turns out she's not for sale, as she's Marty's pride and joy.
6,000.
All right, she's yours.
Well, that was easy. Thought you said she wasn't for sale. Whatever. Meanwhile, we cut back to Easy Andy and his jailbait, who've stopped at the gas station to refuel. Ooh, hopefully this is one of those gas stations that sells slushies. Although it looks like Andy's girl here has her sights on another man. Hey, baby. They don't call me roadkill for nothing. I'll plow you down just like a deer in the headlights. What happened to Andy here? What, did he shit his pants or something?
Get up and go to the bathroom!
Not yet.
Easy Andy seems a bit fed up with the whole silent treatment she's been giving him.
Where are we going here anyway? Do you know? Where are you coming from? Do you even know who you are?
They eventually get pulled over by Roadkill and his goons. See? I told you she had a thing for him. Andy decides to get the hell out of there, but Roadkill's men aren't about to let him leave quietly. What's these guys' deal? They got the girl back. Isn't that enough? Now what? He's being pursued by the army, too? I guess they must have caught wind of this guy's illegal gun smuggling operation. Falco shows up just in the nick of time to rescue him, however. Andy tries to reward his courage by giving him some snakeskin boots, but Falco ultimately departs before he can give them to him. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Who knows what Andy's been using those boots for? Falco makes his way to the rendezvous point he had with Diana, only she's not there. The kid at the motel suggests he stay and wait for her to get back, but Falco is restless. I mean, he's been away from Diana for almost 2 days now. Don't you know, couples are never supposed to spend time apart.
I am safe and well. Every day I pray that we can be together again. I'm in Coyote with you.
Wait a minute. He's having flashbacks to them getting married? Oh, that's cool. That literally happened like a day ago. Jeez. If cell phones existed back then, I guarantee you Diana would probably have like 80 unread messages from this guy. He makes his way to a nightclub, where the movie partakes in some well-earned nudity. Finally. I was starting to fall asleep here. He learns quickly, however, that the bounty hunter Diana's father hired is also there. Shit. Better get out of there while you can, Falco. The motel also gets taken under siege by Roadkill's men. Damn. Maybe it was a good idea to not just sit around waiting after all. Falco escapes, but not before killing one of Roadkill's goons. Roadkill doesn't seem too happy. Falco makes his way to the makeshift rendezvous point where he's reunited with Diana. "Oh, babe, I missed you so much. We've been apart forever. I had to jerk off to your picture last night. That's how long it's been." Oh, speaking of jerking off. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Well, as you might expect, the next morning the duo are intercepted and caught by the police. Well, that victory was short-lived. We learn that they were tipped off by the bounty hunter, who then proceeds to beat the shit out of Falco.
No, stop it! Stop it!
Oh, come on, man. You're fighting dirty. Bro can't even fight back. He seems pretty pissed that he killed his right-hand man.
Kill Billy Boy.
Guess I would be too. But to be honest, Roadkill seems like the kind of guy that would have eventually just killed his partner himself if he had done something to upset him.
Bob? Gun. Going to need a minute or two alone, boys.
They end up getting detained and are en route back to Diana's father's estate. But Falco isn't about to give up that easily. Well, like I said before, that wasn't a good idea. Yes, kick the driver. A foolproof plan for sure. Roadkill's all like, "Oh well, he's dead. I still got a delivery to make." Of course he's not dead. The Falcon was there to look after him after all. He ends up getting saved by Easy Andy, who patches him up and performs some kind of voodoo ritual on him or something, complete with face paint and everything. We cut back to the nightclub again. Man, Roadkill sure likes this place. You know, maybe back in the day, stuff like this could be fun, but in this day and age, I have no idea why one would ever go to a strip club. The appeal of sitting awkwardly, watching some naked woman dance and getting a boner next to your buddy really doesn't seem all too desirable to me. But hell, what do I know? Next thing that happens, Falco, now fully decked out in his face paint open vest combo, has a final showdown with our boy Roadkill. Oh, and I see Easy Andy's there to help too.
Hey man, I'm sure the camera's gonna love it. You shoot his daughter.
No, not Burger Andy. I mean, Easy Andy. Falco ends up getting Diana back, and Roadkill goes after him, shooting some innocent bystanders in the process. Yeah, great shot, bud. Maybe you should think about enrolling in the Imperial Stormtrooper Academy. They make their way to the train tracks, only to be stopped by Roadkill. Lucky for Falco, Roadkill's a dumbass with no peripheral vision. Bro never saw that train coming, even though it's been blaring its horn to high hell. Falco shoots him and he falls dead on the tracks, only for the train to finish him off. Now that's a look that says, yeah, this face paint vest combo is pretty weird, ain't it? But it's way cool, huh? With the ruthless bounty hunter now defeated and the villain's efforts thwarted, Diana and Falco catch a ride back with Andy, who's alive by the way, and makes their way back to her father. Diana, no longer asking for her father's approval, introduces him to her lover for the first time. Well, I guess aside from that one interaction they had earlier, she tells him that she truly loves Falco and plans to marry him with or without his word, and her father reluctantly accepts this as Diana and Falco go off to start a new life. They ride Falco's motorcycle to the beach and walk together while some lovey-dovey song plays over the credits.
Here we are together, our paths will never part. Our love is forever, like the sun, the sea, and stars.
The hell kind of end credit music is this? Hold on, I'll fix it.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through.
There we go. Hey, if a Venom movie can use this song unironically, then so can we. Watching these credits now, you can definitely see the upscale at work. Look at that. The hell does that even say? You know, for people who claim AI is so smart, it sure struggles quite a lot trying to comprehend the English alphabet. So that's the Lawless Land, and oh boy, is this a fucking stinker. I mean, this movie is bad. Probably the worst of the bunch, honestly. You know how in my Firebird 2015 AD review where I mentioned it focuses too much on a love story we don't care about and should have focused more on the sci-fi action elements of its own fictional world? Well, that goes double for this movie. A love story we don't care about, characters we don't care about, a forgettable villain, a tyrant-ruled future with laws that make no fucking sense, shitty side characters, shitty action, shitty writing, and a fuck ton of other things. Now maybe some people will like this better than me. I've even heard a few people who've seen it describe it as the Romeo and Juliet of dystopian sci-fi movies, which I guess makes sense, only if Romeo and Juliet weren't interesting or relatable whatsoever. It's a shame because I usually really like Roger Corman's dystopian sci-fi efforts, like Death Race 2000. Now that movie's awesome, and was actually one of George Miller's inspirations for Mad Max, as a matter of fact. But this is just a load of shit. It's got a few scenes with some decent action set pieces, but not nearly enough to make the movie actually worthwhile. You ever discover a movie without a DVD or Blu-ray release and wonder why exactly that is? Well, here, I think the answer is pretty clear. Nobody remembers this movie, and for good reason, because there's nothing in it worth remembering. If I had to rate this one, I guess I'd give it 1.5 stars out of 5. And yes, I'm using stars this time, because the movie gives us no effort, thus I'm not putting any effort into a gimmicky or silly rating. It really just doesn't deserve it. Ouch. Did I really just say that? Well, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in to Road Warrior Ripoff Week. I really appreciate it. If you like these style of videos, then let me know, and maybe I'll return to do something like this again in the future. This was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of work, but I got through it, and looking at these videos now, I'm really satisfied and happy with the result, and hopefully you are too. Hopefully you enjoyed, had a few laughs, maybe even learned something along the way. This has been Road Warrior Ripoff Week, and this is your host, Billy, signing off.
Here we are together. This ecstasy is ours. Going on forever, like the sun, the sea, and stars. Had to be destiny, our spirits lead the way. We've broken their game through fire and rain. We found our way.
We gotta find the princess. And you gotta help us. If you need instructions on how to get through the hotels, check out the enclosed instruction book.